There is two problems that I have. One that easily bleeds into the other, and as I explain them, I want you to let me know whether you agree or you completely disagree with what I have to say. The first one being that I actually can't remember the last time we had a big celebration where the free-to-play character of that celebration was like genuinely, like, actually good. Like, the entire community was like, damn, that character is actually like, we can use this character, right? And I understand that there's players of all levels, right? So maybe this Tech Trunks is like top 5 character in your box right now, right? It's possible if you just started the game, but I would say, again, for a majority of the players, these two characters here are just completely unusable. And I think, again, maybe you disagree, but with, like, personally, I think that free-to-play characters are almost just as important as the new summonable characters. Obviously, those are going to be better. I'm not asking for free-to-play characters to be better or on the same exact level as your two new monsters of the celebration, but it would be absolutely amazing to farm up a character and have them, like, genuinely, you know, tank something in red zone or do genuine damage in, you know, a red zone stage. Have them actually be good, right? Because even if you were to try and take this character into, like, a Dokkan event, you probably get one shot, right? So it's not just me caring about red zone, it's me caring about you actually being able to use the character. If you brought this, you know, Trunks with just like a regular team, I mean, if you brought it with like an actual future team, you'd probably win because the team just carries, right? But a team around the power of this Trunks, you're probably getting washed in a Dokkan event, legendary event. Like, he's getting one shot, right? And I feel like, and I already know what you're thinking, okay, which is going to lead me to my next problem, okay, which you'll see. But these are the awakenings, the official awakenings of the free-to-play units for the celebration, and they're just not good, okay? It's just not, like, these aren't, again, if you're newer to the game, obviously it's something, right? But even if you're free to play, you should definitely grind these characters regardless, right? Because you never know when you're going to be needing them in the future. Like, let's say for a specific LR grind or something. But there should be, at this point, with all the characters in the game and all the different types of content, these characters should be designed with something in mind, right? Like, okay, this Trunks is going to be, like, you know, an SBR, you know, destroyer, right? And again, I'm not saying it makes sense for this Trunks, but I'm just saying this character should be trying to do something so I can say, you know what? If I'm going to try and run SBR, there's a reason for me to bring this Trunks. If I'm trying to beat Red Zone, or if I'm trying to beat this stage or that stage, there's a reason why I would actually bring this Trunks. But there is no reason for you to, like, you'd rather run Devilman than both of these characters, right? I mean, let's honestly, I'd rather run Invisible Man. Is that his name? I forgot his name in actual Dokkan, but you get the point, right? These characters are just useless. And I know many of you are thinking, like, oh, Mr. Like, yo, like, they still have to get their easy in part 3. And that brings me to my next problem. Why are we easying these characters in the same celebration? I know it's been a thing for a long time now, but there's two problems with that, right? There's two mini problems, or two sub problems in that problem. The first problem is that these kits, right? This kit was not designed in the sense that, okay, this is his true TUR power, then he's going to get an EZA in the future, right? Like, this kit was designed, or this TUR kit was designed because he's getting an EZA in part 3. Just so you can understand what I'm saying, when, let's say, for example, when this Zamasu dropped, they're not thinking about his EZA, right? They designed him the way they want him to be, you know, as soon as he drops in the game. That's not the case for all of these free-to-play units that they drop in these celebrations. They start with the end in mind, and that EZA is just, the EZA kit. I think that the EZA kit should be their just base TUR kit, and then give them an EZA in the future. When you design these kits with the EZA already in mind, it just makes the TUR a lot worse, right? Like, that's you know, a sentiment I had with this free-to-play character here, the LR Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Like, this character, again, all these free-to-play units are designed with that EZA in mind. I don't think it should be that way. I think that this was, again, the 7th year anniversary LR. I think this character, honestly, even during the 7th anniversary, should have been a little better than his own EZA. Like, this EZA kit should have been his base, you know, LR kit. And then, when you have the 8th year anniversary, you EZA this character. So not only is he viable, at least somewhat, during the 7th year anniversary, but then he gets juiced up again for the 8th year anniversary. And when you have 8th year anniversary or the next anniversary, which brings another level of power, you are intrinsically adding that power, right, to a previous LR. So it's like everyone who went ahead and grinded that character is now going, it's like a revamp, right? And you have yet another character in your box who's going to have a similar level of power. Not, again, super, I'm not saying like they're going to be top 5 compared to the new LRs, but I'm saying in terms of free-to-play characters, we're talking about top 3 in the game, right? This LR wasn't a top 3 LR when they released, and these two characters, even with the EZAs, are not going to be, you know, I mean, who knows? We could be getting, you know, guard or whatever the case may be, but like, I think these two characters, or any free-to-play character, should just stand, they should be able to be good in their TUR form. They shouldn't be designed with their future EZA in mind, which just hurts these TUR states. Because again, the fact that we are thinking about, oh, but still needs to get their EZA is the problem. That's exact. The fact that we think that is a problem. No one thinks about that when it comes to these LRs here. Oh, Goku and Vegeta are mid. Don't worry, their EZA is still coming, right? Like that's thinking that way, I think, is definitely a problem, right? Because now it's like, and remember, EZA as of right now, EZA is like the pinnacle of, you know, buffs for Dokkan. Like once you get your EZA, you're done. I know they talked about something like trying to figure out a way to further power up EZA characters, and we'll see how they, you know, choose to do that in the future. But as of right now, as of talking in the present, once you get your EZA, you're done. So these characters drop in the same celebration, they EZA in the same celebration, and they're done. And they're not even good, you know? And again, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't grind them. I guess I did say they're bad earlier, right? I said they're trash, something like that. The point I'm trying to make is that these characters should be way better. This should honestly be guards for 1 turn, 150% to stats, an extra 100% when key is 9 or more, an extra 100% in all allies, 3 key and defense plus 50% for 7 turns from the start of turn. Defense plus 150% starting from the 8th turn. So, like, would that be OP? Yeah, he'd be, like, ranked 300 in the game, but, like, who cares, right? That's a lot better than being ranked 10,000. Like, this guy is, with his EZA, they just, you know, slap on some numbers here and they call it a day, and you never use him ever again, right? He's mid until the end of time. And if they're going to EZA, let's say they give second EZAs to these characters, and they go in order, then this guy's getting an EZA in like 2035. So it's like you're never using, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Looking at these two kits, they're just disappointing. And I think that we shouldn't have to say, oh, they're getting their EZA soon, so let's be patient. Like, no, like their TUR kit should be that level of power that their EZA would have been, you know? I don't know. And then when let's say they get an EZA next worldwide, and next worldwide they match the power of those, not match, I keep saying, I just want them to be good, man. And I want them to have some type of genuine value. I don't remember the last time I've ever brought a, dude, remember the 7th year anniversary free-to-play characters? Oh my god, the Goku and the Vegeta and Bulma, Goku and Chi-Chi, those units were bad. Like, those units were not good, you know? Compared to, and again, I'm comparing all this to other free-to-play units, right? Like, I'm not comparing them to, you know, the 7th anniversary LRs of that time, even though, again, I think free-to-play characters of these big celebrations should have power somewhat similar, you know, whether it's like a huge defensive, you know, something, or they can hit really hard for like 1 turn or something, you know? But regardless, it's like, it's just, those units were just not great. I have not used that character outside of actually having to use them for specific, missions or whatever the case is. But now imagine if the 8th anniversary had us EZA that Vegeta and Bulma and that Goku and Chi-Chi. And now they're actually genuinely just, like really, really good, I don't know. Let me know what you think. I understand from the content perspective. I just feel like, like, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. And I pulled this character too because, like, this kit right here is actually decent. But this is their EZA kit, which means they're never getting buffed ever again until Dokkan figures something out for something. But this kit 2 years ago was not bad at all. I mean, it was definitely not amazing. They're getting washed in a lot of events, but this is decent. This should have been their base kit. And guess what? Now, for the World of Celebration, this could have been Space Traveling Warrior category allies, 4 key, and 50% the stats. That alone would have made them really good, right? And then 150% the stats, damage reduction of like 50% for an X amount of turns when facing super class enemies, and then just make this up to 100%, extra ability, foresee enemy super attacks when facing this, or like it could this character could have been like juice. And I know this does not fit the theme of the celebration, but I just don't really think that matters. They could have something at the end of the worldwide celebration called like it could be just some like super mini campaign where they EZA characters that was released in the previous year's celebration, whether it's anniversary or worldwide or golden week. I don't really know. But yeah, these free-to-play characters just need to be better. We shouldn't have to wait for their EZA to justify using them. And I think that we should apply the same logic we do to just banner units to these free-to-play characters, in the sense that their TUR is where we have to judge them. We judge units by TURs. The fact that we judge units by like where's the fact that we judge summonable characters as they are, but free-to-play characters until they get their EZA is a problem. TUR should be pinnacle of power for every unit in Dokkan, and the EZA should be something that we look forward to in the future to help progress these characters and make them usable in the future. Because if this character is bad, you're never using Trunks ever again. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.